It's just hello everyone. Sorry, I'm just fiddling, making sure that if everything's as straight as it can be. I hope you're all well this very fine December. This is my last live of the year, and I'm back next year in 2026 in the beginning of January. So this is the last live, as next week will be a pre-record as I am away. So I hope you all enjoyed this last live of the year with me. Today we have got our seated Pilates class. Every second Monday of the month we have a seated Pilates class. So it's a great way. You can do this in the comfort of your own home. You can, if you're watching TV, you can even mute me and then watch TV in the background and just follow along. Some people do that. I do that with YouTube exercises all the time. Or if you sat at a desk, or if you drive a lot and you want to do some stretches at the end of the day, but you can't be bothered to lay down, then these exercises are absolutely wonderful for you. As always, though, please go very careful. Please be very careful when performing these exercises at home. Listen to your body and never push beyond your own limits. If you feel any pain, then that's usually a bad sign, and then you should probably stop doing that exercise. But if you feel a little bit of discomfort, it's a little bit normal, but you don't ever push to the point of pain. So have the feet hip width apart and just drop those shoulders down. And before we do any exercise, let's just ground down. So just breathe in and out. Drop those shoulders. Get nice and comfortable. Whatever seat you're in, this will work. I'm in this very big armchair. I'm 5'8", but yeah, I feel like I'm like 2 foot in this chair because it's huge. So it doesn't matter if you haven't got a big chair. It's no problem. Just as long as you're comfortable and your back is supported mainly. But of course you can do this in an office chair as well. So drop those shoulders, plant the feet down onto the ground and breathe in and out. Just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. And then just roll those shoulders forward and down. Just relax and breathe. And then roll them back slightly. And then just tilt one ear to one shoulder, hold there. And then come in other side. And then just switch, keeping it nice and light. And this helps you just to really relax your neck down. So even if you're on the phone at work, holding the phone here, you can tilt your ear. I mean, some people do this anyway, which is not always good because it really tilts your head too much one way. And we tend to usually always do the same side, but you want to just stretch out. But I always say, you want to imagine the ear is going like on top of the shoulder, not forward or back. So you're stretching out the sides here. And then lift back up. Now I'm wearing this nice big thick hoodie, but I want you to just get right at the top of your shoulder. So this is your traps muscle, and all I want you to do is just give it a little massage. So if you have any pre-existing injuries with your shoulders, please very lightly. I am not a masseuse, but I just know a little bit about how to relax muscles down because I've practiced this myself. So all I want you to do is just massage the top of those shoulders. That's all you're doing. we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, way more than you can ever imagine, or way more maybe than you realise. So it's a really lovely way to just relax. And then the other way, just massage. So if you lift your shoulder up, you're going to get a nice big thick chunky muscle. That's what we want, and that's what you want to massage. Wonderful, good. And then just turn your head side to side. Again, massaging. You might find that one side you feel a little bit of restriction on more than the other. Again, very, very normal. Good. And then look forward, just in case you feel a little bit dizzy. Just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. And then just nod the chin slightly and hold here. So we're stretching out the back of the neck. And then lift up. Good. And come down again. And lift. Good. And we'll do 3, 2, and last one. Wonderful. And then we'll just take that chip and we'll just circle, half a circle, stretching out again that neck. Amazing. And relax. Wonderful. Now so what we're going to do is lift the shoulders up and just place the thumb and your first finger on top of that trap muscle there, and then just hold it, and then just gently tilt your right ear to your right shoulder, but just grip onto it slightly. We don't want to hurt ourselves here. It's just to add a little bit more of a release. So just stretch and hold. And then come back up. Other side, hold there, drop the shoulder, and the left side, just pinch it slightly, and the left side. And release. Wonderful. Now we're going to do a very deep stretch for the backs of our shoulders. So I know that a lot of people, when they sit down at a desk, and I have done it before when I've been sat down all day, my neck burns. I'm a very active person, so the one desk job I've ever had, my shoulders felt like they were going to drop off. I've also been learning how to be a hairdresser, just for a bit of fun. So my shoulders also burn there a lot too. So if you're a hairdresser, or you drive a lot, or you do a lot of gardening, a lot of baking, a lot of cooking, or maybe you just sleep a bit funny, you feel a bit tight, or we have a lot of anxiety in our shoulders, this is amazing for you. And it's very easy, and you can do it more or less anywhere. So I'm going to turn to the side, but you don't have to. This is just so you can see what to do. So we have the elbows up here, and then we're going to have the left elbow over the right, and then you're going to hold your own hand and then push the elbows forward. And you're just going to hold it here. This is a very intense stretch. If this hurts you, then please relax or drop your shoulders down a little bit. The higher the shoulders, the harder it is. But you want to feel a really lovely stretch all in between those shoulder blades. And release those hands. Now just roll those shoulders forwards. Good. And then we're going over to the other side. So whichever hand you didn't do above first. So I'm going to put now right over left. Hold my own hand. Inhale, exhale, push the elbows forward. Relax that chin under slightly, and inhale and exhale. So from the side, I'm looking at this. So in yoga, they call it eagle arms. And release. Good. Just roll those shoulders forward and down. And now, even if you feel like, my gosh, that was very intense, I know it's very intense, so well done if you tried it. But within a few minutes, you should feel a huge difference within your shoulders. And I really encourage you, to do this not as many times as you can throughout the day, but just do this where you feel like you need to. And the more you do it, the more you'll become more supple and your body won't feel as like tight or sore. And it'll be a really lovely way to just really relax your shoulders down. And we naturally hold our shoulders up. And I joke with my one-to-one, my face-to-face Pilates clients, because what happens is I say, drop your shoulders, and I see everyone across the room go, and it's amazing. Even you can always drop your shoulders down just a little bit more. So that one will really help. Even though you are lifting your shoulders up, you're stretching across the shoulder blades, which ultimately is where we hold a lot of tension. Okay, so now we're going to just work on to the waist down. We will come back to that stretch at the end though, hopefully when you feel even more looser. So what we're going to do is just circle the hips around. So just, again, you can do this sat at your desk, your chair in an office, and you just suck your belly button into the spine. You're almost like your hips are really still, and it's just the waist that's moving. And then we're going to change directions. So just in and out. And again, good for digestion, good for just massaging those organs. And release. And then take your right hand behind you, left hand on the right knee, and we're just going to twist around. So usually we try and twist a little bit more. If it's comfortable, your left hand can go by your right hand, sorry, can go by your left hip, and you can sort of twist into yourself. If you can't quite manage that, it's fine. Just twist from the waist, just to open up and stretch through the sides of the body. And then come back in, roll the shoulders forward and down. And then right hand on the left knee, and look over to the left. And then relax. Good. And now just take the hands behind the knees, nod your chin, suck your belly button in towards the spine, and just relax. It doesn't look like you're doing a lot, but you're stretching and relaxing that lower spine. And then lift up, inhale, and exhale, nod, round through. And release. And now inhale, lift the hands all the way, and take your right hand onto your left wrist, drop the shoulders, just twist over to the right slightly. Again, open up that side. Come into the middle, left over right, and lean over. And release. Hands on top of the thighs, nod the chin, and roll all the way down. And now just hang here. We can be here for about a good 10 seconds, just to release and relax. And then lift up. Lovely. Okay, so hopefully the top half of your body now is getting a little bit looser, a bit more relaxed. Now we're going to just extend the right leg out, push through that right heel, and I want you just to test to see how tight the backs of the legs are, just to see how you feel. And then bring it back in, other side, extend it out, push through the heel. And come back in, other side. And come back in. We'll just do a few more of these each side. So toes facing right up towards the ceiling if you can. You're going to feel this in your ankles if you're very, very tight. I did a lot of walking last week and my legs feel very sore, a lot of puffiness. So it's just nice to relax. Go back in. Good. Let's do 2 more each side. Good. And one more time. Now this time just sit up a bit taller. Push those heels a little bit more. And come in. Good. Now we're going to push the toes into the floor and lift up. This is a really good one that you can do just that typing at your desk, because it helps to just stretch off the ankles. And again, we really forget about how much our ankles and our feet go through in our lifetime. So by stretching out, you know, you're doing a lot to help relax the lower part of your legs. You can take your shoes off as well and do this if you need to. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And relax. Wonderful. Now stretch the legs out. Now let's circle the ankle. Again, another one you can do watching television. You can't do it whilst you're driving, unfortunately, but if you're a passenger, you can. Or if you've been sat down a lot, you can do this at your desk. Just stretch all the way around. And come back in, and the other side, circle. The other way. And release. Good. Come back in. Now this one might look a bit odd. If you're in a chair that isn't very wide, it doesn't have much support, you may struggle with this one. So if you do, you can just hug the knee in towards the chest. But if you've got the space and the support, you can just hook your forearm underneath the knee and hold your own hand, and then push that knee down, and you're going to feel a stretch within the shoulders. So make sure you've got a lot of support. The other hand can go on top of that leg, and now try and sit up nice and tall. You might not feel this too much, but you should hopefully feel a nice release right at the top of the shoulder here. And it helps as well to obviously you're moving your hips and activating the joint there. Good. Release. Realign. Other side. So if not, you can just hug your knee in, but if not, you can just do this, stretch down and relax. And 3, 2, 1, release. Wonderful. Okay, how are we doing for time? Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is sit up nice and tall, and you're going to stretch one leg out, point the toe, circle around, slide it back in. Other side, lift. We're going to point, flex, and then circle. Come back in. And we're just going to do that. And again, this is a really nice one for you to do whilst you're sat at a desk, whilst you're watching TV. You could also set a little challenge every time the adverts come on, or if you just watch one channel with no adverts, what you could do is just say every 45 minutes or on the hour, I'm going to do 10 each side, and you'll feel a huge difference in your mobility and just stretching off the ankle joints. Let's do a couple more each side. Really rotating deep into that ankle. One more each side. And relax. And breathe. Well done. Hands onto the thighs, nudge your chin. Roll all the way down, just relax. And if you can, hands onto the shins, round through the spine. And then lift up. Good. Okay, now let's stretch off the hips. So I know that the hips is a very big problem area, and we tend to feel very tight within our hips, and especially when you're sat down all day. To be totally honest, you can't really win. If you stand up all day, say if you're a hairdresser, a teacher, you will have sore hamstrings because your posture will be slightly out of whack from the way you stand. If you sit down all day, your hamstrings are shortened and we don't stretch so much, and that causes issues. So either way, we never really can win. So, but we can do stretches throughout the week to help us. So let's take this right leg. Now, this will all depend on your flexibility. If you haven't got the flexibility, then please don't worry. I'll give you an alternative. So what we want to do is lift up and push that knee down. If you can't manage this, come to the edge of your seat and just take the foot behind the knee and then push the knee out, and that will help to stretch us out as well, okay? Or you could do this figure of four laying down, as I often do in my classes. It's a very good one to stretch and help sciatica and help really tight hips and legs. So inhale and exhale, push down, drop the shoulders away. Breathe in and out. And hold. Hold as best you can. And 3, 2, 1. Release. Release and relax. Other side. Lift up. Left hand on. Inhale. Exhale. Push it away. Just breathe. 3, 2, 1. And release. Both feet flat back on the floor. Drop the shoulders, nod your chin. Stretch all the way down, round through that spine. And release. Come back up. Wonderful. Okay, we're now coming back to the end of we're coming to the end of our class, so we're going to stretch off our shoulders once again. So how we did our eagle arms, as we call them, I will turn to the side, but you can still sit however you are. Elbows are here. The right elbow is going over the left. Hold your own hand as best you can. If you can't hold your hand, don't worry. Just hold your wrist. The idea is that all you're doing is pushing your shoulders out. So your hands don't matter too much. Like even if you've got your fingers over your thumb, that's fine. And then inhale, exhale, push forward. Drop the shoulders. Just hold it here. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Before we go over to the other side, you just drop the shoulders down. Just feel a bit of a stretch. Feel where the stretch has helped you. Wonderful. Let's go over to the other side. So elbows out, elbow over the other elbow. Hands are here. Inhale. Exhale. Push the elbows forward. And release. Wonderful. With a nice tall spine, just take some nice deep breaths in and out. Good. Inhale, exhale. Just tilt that right ear to that right shoulder. Come in, inhale. Exhale, other side. Come back in, inhale, exhale, nod that chin towards the chest, drop the shoulders down and away. And lift back up. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And inhale. Exhale, lower. And thank you all so much for joining me for my last live of 2025. I hope you've all enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure to teach you all. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas season, and I will be with you in the first couple of weeks of January back in 2026. So have a fantastic festive time, and I'll see you all next year. Bye bye. Merry Christmas.